Hey everyone, this video is going to cover everything you need to know about relics in Honkai Star Rail. Now, relics are the main way to boost your stats in the game. There is a range of different relics with different bonuses. These are equivalent to the artifacts in Genshin Impact, with a unique difference of having two different types of relics, cavern relics and planar ornaments. Now, what are cavern relics? These are going to be the primary relics that you start with in the game, and you're going to be able to obtain sets of 2 and 4. The sets of 2, you'll receive a minor skill bonus, and with the 4 set, you'll receive a bonus that typically supports a character's kit design, improving their role. Now, for planar ornaments, you obtain these a little bit later, but these only come in sets of 2, and their bonuses are much stronger. They are equivalent to the 4 sets on the cavern relics, in my opinion, making them very valuable for building your characters to be more effective in their roles. Now, to start receiving relics, you're going to go through a tutorial where you will receive the first few, and then you're going to continue forward through the story and you will receive these as completion rewards along the way, giving your main characters some to work with to start out. Now, how to unlock relic dungeons so you can begin grinding these, you're going to unlock this through the story. So you're kind of stuck with what you have until you're nearing the completion of Drilo 6. At Trailblazer level 24, you're going to proceed through the story and encounter your first relic dungeon, effectively unlocking them, but you're still limited to only locations that you visited, so I recommend continuing to complete the story of this section before grinding for them. Upon clearing the final boss, you will unlock a few more and proceed to unlock planar ornaments through a quest line taking you back to the simulated universe in World 3. Now, the primary stats for each relic, the really nice thing is that Pridwin.gg breaks this down in a very good way, so I'm going to showcase this here. Now, for the head, it's a flat HP main stat. Hands are a flat attack main stat. For the body, feet, planar sphere, and the link rope, you can get HP percentage, attack percentage, and defense percentage on each of these. Where they are unique, the body can get crit rate, crit damage, outgoing healing, and effect hit rate percentage, which is for landing certain effects on enemies. And then for the feet, it can uniquely get speed and break effect percentage. The planar sphere can uniquely get elemental damage percentage increase. And the link rope can get uniquely break effect percentage and energy regen percentage. Now, the ones that are really important to note is the speed, energy regen, and elemental damage percentage, but break effect is also going to be very important. Outgoing healing is obviously going to be for your healers, and then crit rate and crit damage are going to be effective for most of your damage dealers. Now, going into the substats, each relic can have up to 4 substats, and if the relic has fewer than 4 when you get it, it gains a new random substat. If it already has 4, then a random substat that it already has is going to be increased by a certain amount. Now, a relic cannot have duplicate substats, and it will never have the same substat as the main stat. So if you have attack percentage as the main stat, you will not get that as a substat. The initial value of each substat is randomized according to the relic's rarity. So blue, purple, and gold will have different values according to their rarity on what it would get on an increase. Now, you're going to get these at level 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. So you can have up to 5 times of rolls. Now, if you have 3 substats and you roll into it 5 different times, that means you're going to have one of those times is going to roll the 4th substat, and then the other 4 times it is going to randomly upgrade one of those 4 substats. Now, if you get a relic that has 4 substats from the beginning, you can get a total increase 5 times to those substats randomly. Now, if you're wondering which relics to chase, upon first unlocking the dungeons, the drops will be primarily blue with 1 or 2 purple, which will be good for you to even out the primary team's relics, but gold is really where you want to dump your resources. The story gives you some purple relics for certain side quests, so I'm inclined to tell you to continue the story instead, do side puzzles to get these as they usually offer set pieces, and wait for grinding on the dungeons until a later point until you can get better odds of receiving purple and potentially gold. And I'd say if you're looking for ways to use your Trailblazer power in the meantime, I would use it on some of the lower resources to level up some of your weaker characters that you haven't fully developed to provide alternatives for the Sim universe, or you can start grinding for planar ornaments in World 3 of Sim Uni, but the only thing is that it is level 45 and can be a little challenging, but you should be able to get to the first spot where you're able to purchase them with 40 Trailblazer power. If you feel this is a really weak part of your team though, you can work on your main team's relic set to obtain purple. and then later on gold. And where I would say blue is okay is on main stats like speed, crit, energy regen, outgoing healing, things that are going to be really core to a specific member being able to do either more damage, going first, getting their energy for their ultimate, or doing more healing to help keep sustainability on your team. Now for me, I did the quantum set dungeon a little bit since I could use other set items on the fire main character since it's more of a defensive set, so it worked out okay for me for a few runs. Now, if you're wondering which relics to build, when you get blue, I would say you can bump them up to 4 to 6 on your main 2 units. That's what I did anyways, and it was fine. When you get purple, I bumped between 5 to 9 levels for my main 2 units. And then I started sprinkling that into the other, like the 3rd and 4th unit. And then when I unlocked the dungeons, I did purple on my main team and bumped them between 5 and 9 and just kept them there. And then I would say from there, you have your purples. You would want to get golds of any kind just because the stats are going to be better. And then gold with main stats that you're looking for. And then from that, you're going to want to get gold main stats with also substats to help min-max your characters. So that would be kind of the priority list order. Now, if you're wondering if you have to build sets or if you can do rainbow builds, you absolutely can. And I think that's where some of these games make it kind of confusing because they want you to build sets. But if you can get the main stats for your character through specific pieces, then I would absolutely say do that instead, especially for early game. And then as you're getting towards the end game, you can farm relic pairings to try and get a better piece in the set that you're looking for. And that will just boost your character further. And then you'll have this really nice piece that you could use for another character at a later point. Now, if you came to this video wanting to know more about building specific units with relics, you can absolutely post comments below and I'm more than happy to answer them. But I will be making build videos going into depth so that if that's what you're looking for, I will break things down. So consider subscribing for that. I'll be focusing on characters that I've played first, and then I'll continue making videos as I progress through the game and get a chance to actually go through the characters. I'd hate to give you advice on something if I don't fully give the investment of time to it. But feel free to comment below. I'm more than happy to answer that. And consider following the subreddit for new players that I created. I'll put that in the description. It seems to be well received, and I'll put any information there as I continue it. It'll probably be updated first before any of the videos come out. But I want to thank you guys for your support. I really appreciate it. Give it a like if this helped, and I'll see you guys in the next one.